Hello friends, do you know who was Albert Einstein? What he did? How he became famous scientist? If not, okay, I will say please just wait for a while until video ends. Now his life history starts. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, German Empire. His father, Hermann Einstein, was a salesman and engineer who, with his brother, ran a company that manufactured electrical equipment. His mother, Pauline Koch, was a homemaker. The Einstein family moved to Munich when Albert was a year old, where Hermann and his brother Jakob founded Elektrotechnische Fabrik J. Einstein and C., a company that produced electrical equipment. Einstein's early education did not predict his later genius. He showed early signs of speech delays and was considered by his teachers to be a slow learner, though these claims were exaggerated in popular accounts. Despite these concerns, he demonstrated a fascination with science and mathematics from an early age, receiving a book on geometry at age 12 that captivated him. He would later describe this as a turning point in his life. Einstein's schooling in Germany was strict and regimented, a system he disliked intensely. He would later recount how the spirit of inquiry was stifled by rote learning and obedience to authority, which left him feeling alienated. In 1894, due to the business struggles of his father's company, the family moved to Italy, and Einstein left school without a degree. He would continue his studies independently in Switzerland. Einstein completed his secondary schooling at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich, now ETH Zurich. He enrolled in 1896 with the goal of becoming a teacher of mathematics and physics. Though Einstein excelled in theoretical subjects, his rebellious streak and lack of respect for authority often put him at odds with his professors. His future wife, Malva Maric, was also a student at the Polytechnic, and she shared his interests in science and mathematics. After graduating in 1900, Einstein struggled to find a teaching position, and in 1902, he began working at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern as a technical examiner. The job was not intellectually demanding, allowing Einstein time to develop his theories. It was during this period that he made some of his most groundbreaking contributions to physics. In 1905, Einstein published 4 seminal papers in the scientific journal Annalen der Physik, which laid the groundwork for modern physics. This year came to be known as Einstein's Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year. 1. Photoelectric effect. In this paper, Einstein proposed that light consists of discrete particles called quanta, or photons. This work was pivotal in the development of quantum theory, and it eventually earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. 2. Brownian motion. Einstein's explanation of the random motion of particles suspended in a fluid confirmed the atomic theory of matter, providing empirical evidence that atoms and molecules exist. 3. Special theory of relativity. This groundbreaking theory demonstrated that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers, and that the speed of light is constant, independent of the motion of the observer. This led to his famous equation, showing the equivalence of mass and energy. 4. Mass-energy equivalence. This paper was a direct consequence of special relativity and proposed that a small amount of mass could be converted into a large amount of energy, laying the theoretical foundation for nuclear power. These revolutionary ideas shattered classical conceptions of space, time, and matter, and ushered in the age of modern physics. Einstein's 1905 papers garnered the attention of the academic world, and in 1909, he was offered a position as an associate professor at the University of Zurich. Over the next several years, Einstein held positions at various universities, including the German University in Prague and the Polytechnic in Zurich. In 1915, after a decade of work, Einstein completed his general theory of relativity, which expanded upon his earlier theory of special relativity. General relativity proposed a new understanding of gravity. Rather than being a force between masses, it was the result of the curvature of spacetime caused by massive objects. One of the key predictions of general relativity was the bending of light by gravity, a phenomenon confirmed in 1919 during a solar eclipse by British astronomer Sir Arthur Eddington. This event catapulted Einstein to global fame. After the confirmation of general relativity, Einstein became a global celebrity. His theories had transformed our understanding of the universe, and he was hailed as one of the greatest minds in history. In 1921, Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, not for his theory of relativity but for his work on the photoelectric effect, which had paved the way for quantum theory. In the 1920s, Einstein traveled extensively, giving lectures around the world. Despite his fame, he continued to work on scientific problems, particularly attempting to reconcile quantum mechanics with his theory of relativity, a challenge that he would wrestle with for the rest of his life. Einstein was also an outspoken advocate for pacifism and internationalism, particularly after witnessing the devastation of World War I. As an ethnically Jewish intellectual, he became increasingly concerned about the rise of Nazism in Germany during the early 1930s. In 1933, when Adolf Hitler came to power, Einstein emigrated to the United States and accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He would remain in the US for the rest of his life. Einstein's later years were marked by his growing involvement in political and humanitarian causes. He was a staunch critic of fascism and an advocate for civil rights, speaking out against racism in America and supporting the Zionist movement, though he rejected the idea of a Jewish state based on nationalism. In 1939, at the urging of Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard, Einstein wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning that Nazi Germany might be working on the development of an atomic bomb. This letter led to the establishment of the Manhattan Project, though Einstein himself had little direct involvement in it. After the war, Einstein became a leading advocate for nuclear disarmament, horrified by the destruction caused by the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Einstein also continued to pursue his scientific work during this period, though he grew increasingly isolated from the mainstream of physics, which was moving towards quantum mechanics, a theory he never fully accepted. His quest for a unified field theory that would explain both gravity and electromagnetism was never completed. Albert Einstein died on April 18, 1955, in Princeton, New Jersey, at the age of 76 from an abdominal aortic aneurysm. His death marked the end of an era in science, but his legacy has lived on through his immense contributions to physics, philosophy, and global thought. Einstein's work on relativity and quantum theory transformed our understanding of the universe, and his theories continue to be tested and confirmed by modern science. His mass-energy equivalence equation became the foundation for nuclear energy, and general relativity has provided crucial insights for modern cosmology, including the understanding of black holes and the Big Bang. Beyond his scientific contributions, Einstein's humanitarian efforts, advocacy for civil rights, and commitment to pacifism have left a lasting impact. He is remembered not just as a genius, but as a compassionate and thoughtful human being who sought to use his intellect for the betterment of humanity. Albert Einstein's life and work exemplify the power of curiosity, imagination, and persistence. His willingness to question established knowledge and his ability to see beyond the constraints of conventional thought have left an indelible mark on science and society. Einstein once remarked, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination encircles the world." This belief, embodied in both his scientific and humanitarian efforts, remains a guiding principle for thinkers and dreamers today. At last, in this way Albert became famous by gravity, nuclear, black hole and many more. Now I think you know who was Albert Einstein, what he did, why he became famous. For me, I have a huge respect to this man whose thinking ability was not only on Earth but also in the space. And now I would like to thank you, my friend, for listening and reading my video. If you hasn't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe for my hard work to collect these types of history. May the spirit of Albert Einstein bless you and your child, which may generate another Einstein. Thank you.